didn't see my last broadcast, hello JD. And yep, so I'm going to do a new map now, which is the Cloden Wildwood, and I'm going to demonstrate this map in some detail, some ideal formations and some nice little tricks that you can take advantage of. And this is more for, you know, the experienced players, so that they can find their strategy, some new players so that they can get some ideas on how they can play this game. And for anyone who hasn't played this game, hopefully this will be enough to convince you to buy it, either on PS4 or Steam. Okay, so right here. Okay, now this particular area team that we're deploying here is going to be a special strike force. Now this one has to be fast and mobile, so I'm going to go with mainly scouts here, so we'll run with Alicia and Noche. And we'll throw in an engineer with them. We'll throw in a third person, so we've got 3 scouts and an engineer. Yep. So this particular formation is going to be a mobile strike force, which is going to do a very quick hit and run of this particular route, as you'll see shortly. And this one is going to be slightly heavier, so I'll be deploying a sniper. An engineer as a backup, as well as Largo and Rosie. Now in the beginning, when you're playing this game, it is always important to always deploy Rosie, Largo and Alicia into these maps, because they do have medals attached to them. So this will be a great way to increase your medal count to help you do more. So here we go.
I'm in combat now. Stay sharp out there.
Let's drive these Imperials back out of Gallia. Squad 7, move out!
Alright, now, as we discussed in the deployment screen, I set up this particular team as a mobile strike force with 3 scouts and an engineer. So I'll show you why right now.
You can depend on me. I've located the enemy.
One important thing when you're choosing soldiers or units to pair up, team up with each other, it's always good to pick soldiers that have a strong affinity to others, because that increases the likelihood of team attacks.
Enemy neutralized.
Man down, everybody be careful.
There we go. One down.
Leave it to me. Ew, boys.
She's a man hater. Dallas is a man hater.
Don't let them provoke you.
Alright, now as you can see on the top right screen, I've got an affinity with Susie, which means that I'll double the firepower.
Okay.
Nice work. Keep taking them down.
I found one.
Well occupied. Keep this pace up.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, now we're... Another way that you can increase affinities between characters is to keep picking the same characters and having them fight side by side. Now, what I'm doing here is a variation where I'm splitting up the strike force. Okay, just knocked out an officer. Yep.
Did you see that?
It's always important in your first turn to knock out as many officers as you can, so that that'll decrease their medals. And now we're getting Alicia. Yeah. As I said before, one way that you can improve affinities between characters, which will result in more team attacks, is to keep on selecting the same characters and having them fight side by side with each other, because that will, by having team attacks, that will increase your firepower and increase your firepower and help you take out enemies more effectively. Alright, now this part here, you've got 2 lancers and a tank. Now what we'll do here is I'm going to move the Edelweiss forward to more or less act as a decoy, or actually not really a decoy, but more as a way to just draw the attention of any soldiers. And we've got a vague chance of just hitting the tank here, so hopefully we'll get something. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. Alright. Now, as you'll see here, there's this is going to be, this particular part here, it is well fortified, well defended. It is, although the weakness here is that it is being set up primarily to repel tanks, not so much soldiers. So what we'll do is I'll start moving up.
Leave it back up to me.
Yeah, I won't do much with any of these soldiers. If I'm lucky enough to do a pot shot, I will. But actually, we just might be lucky. Okay, there we go.
Not done yet.
Who are these guys?
Okay, yeah, I've just got a message from JD, who's the head of the VFA King's clan, that he's watching right now. So that's probably our one viewer. So let's. Okay. Line of sight. In this particular map, it is this particular part of the map. You can take your time with it. However, if you do have the right formation, it is possible to take it out fairly early. Although personally, I wouldn't recommend it. I personally like to take my time on this particular part of the map because it is pretty well fortified. So what I'm going to do now with my last medal is move forward my Lancer Largo, so that he can provide some additional heavy firepower when we need it. So, alright, so after this one turn, we were able to knock out one small outpost and position Noche and Alicia to infiltrate the side entrance of the main camp, and we've managed to knock out one Lancer and damage one tank. So that was a pretty productive first phase. So let's see what the enemy comes up with. Alright, now it's up to our second phase. Let's just have a quick resume of of what's happened so far. The enemy hasn't done much, mainly because I think the AI hasn't seen much of our activity, so there's not much for them to work with. So, as you can see, my mobile strike force, which was over here, we've got half the strike force, which is Alicia No-Shay, ready to go through the secret entrance, and we've got Susie and Dallas that have already taken the camp. Now my plan is to bring these two right up to the side entrance, and for these two to make their way through here to come in from behind. Now, and what I'll do, and then now before I do that, I'm going to use the Edelweiss to move forward and go for it and see if we can knock out their tank and hopefully free up a bit of space. Alright, now one important thing to do here is I'll use my sniper, Catherine, put her in a better viewing position. We're going to have another shot at this Lancer. Now I was pretty disappointed that we didn't take her out the first time, but we'll have another go. Ah, shit. Alright. Okay, let's position her better. Another downside to the snipers is that they've only got 3 bullets to work with, so if you're having a particularly bad day, you always need an engineer alongside them as support, both for defense and for resupply. So yeah, that's not going to do much good. Just keep her out of harm's way. Let's have one more go. There we go.
I'm not done yet.
Just watch this.
I'm bringing Largo forward, so hopefully he'll have enough power to take out this final tank. Regrettably he does not, but
You're done.
Regrettably he does not, but what my thinking here is
Just watch this.
that I'll use Largo, kill off our tank, and there's another medal lost.
All right. I'm impressed, but not surprised.
And we'll move him forward.
Just hold out a little longer.
Yep. Another thing you have to remember when you're playing this game is always be careful where you position yourself when you run out of movement, because if you get yourself in a bad spot, you'll end up doing what I just did with Largo there. Okay. Now what I'll do here, just to make things a little easier, is I'm shooting off a grenade. Which will clear the way for us to take out the camp in the subsequent turn. Usually, once you achieve a certain thing at a certain point in these maps, that's when they start calling up reinforcements, which can make things a little more complicated if you don't do something about it quickly. So it's all part of the magic of adapting the strategies, adapting to the enemy in Valkyria Chronicles. So So right here you can see that the enemy's patterns have started to change, you know, in response to what I've done in the last phase. So, okay, so for those of you who have just stepped in, have a look at this. Have a look. We'll just do another quick recap. Okay, in the last phase, I used Catherine to knock out 2 of the Lancers, and Largo to finish off a light tank that we had at the entrance. This used the Edelweiss to both weaken the tank and also to knock out 2 of the soldiers that were protecting this post, so that will make the next phase of this plan a little much easier. So yeah, so here we are. So all we're going to do now is click on Susie and we'll guide her through the entrance. Now I've had a couple of comments so far from JD, who says, how old is this game? This game was released in 2008. It was a pretty low profile release, but but when it first came out, it, through word of mouth, became something of a cult favourite. And it was only when the game came out on the Steam network that the traction and the positive reception for the game really perpetuated. JD did send me a message saying that my voice broadcast sounds good, but you'll have to give me, I'm still a little nervous, so I'm still stumbling over my words. And I've had another comment from Tim Welsh asking if this broadcast is being sponsored by Carl's Jr. Unfortunately, it is not, but you have given me an idea, Timmy, about approaching Carl's Jr. and seeing if they'll support the VFA Kings broadcasts. Okay, so yeah, so moving along. Okay, now what you've seen me do just here is that I have taken the camp. So I have pretty much knocked out the enemy's forward positions. Now, because of now, what I'm going to do here is this is going to be one of at least 3 different ways you can complete this map. Now, this is the standard version. So what we're going to do here is we're going to position the Edelweiss at the entrance of the enemy camp to work as a distraction. Yeah, because as stated in my previous broadcast, it is quite easy to confuse your enemies in this map. And yeah. Okay, this is going to be an interesting shot to take, but okay. Alright, well, we really can't do much here because we've got tank mines and my engine is not close enough to support it. So I was hoping to take out that tank. Unfortunately, I didn't, but I have taken out the treads, so that is going to affect the tank's movement. So I will. But I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, and that was for this tank to become a diversion. Now, I only got 4 medals left, so I'm going to put that towards bringing my engineer up. Bring my engineer up to support the Edelweiss. Now, as you can see, there is a shock trooper not that far from the Edelweiss, but I'm not that worried about it because the Edelweiss has got enough firepower in it that it will take out the tank fairly easily. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's not worth the trouble. So I'll just keep keep my engineer behind there for now. Now,
Ready for
what I'll do to wind up. Okay, that wasn't meant to happen. But, okay.
Galleons at 3 o'clock. Distance.
Okay, very important lesson to be learnt there, people. Watch where you step. As you can see, there was a mine which I very carelessly missed. So,
Get ready.
and 2, 1. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay, do you think Burger Bandit will sponsor you? I don't think so, because Burger Bandit is a pretentious F-wit who's just one of those pretentious hipsters who apparently thinks that they're an expert on all things burger related. Now I'm going to assume that VFA Kings has seen the some of the comments made between myself and Burger Bandit in response to their second review of Carl's Jr., which is quite frankly wrong. And okay, is it true that Carl's Jr. thick burgers makes you better? If you can clearly define that, Tim Welsh, that would be appreciated, but I'm going to assume you mean by gameplay. Okay, alright, we just wound up that stage. Okay, and let's see what the enemy decides to do. Oh, okay, alright. Okay, that was meant to happen, but again, the wonders of amateur game broadcasting. Alright, so as you can see here, I've completely wiped out. I've taken both forward positions for the enemy. My forces are slightly scattered. However, I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, which was to make our tank the decoy, the diversion, and for our 2 scouts here to get ready to come in through the middle. Okay, so let's see what the enemy comes up with. And Tim Welsh has responded at life. Yes, Carl's Jr. thick burgers make you better at life. Okay, I've just been requested, can I play Overwatch next? Unfortunately, I don't have Overwatch, Tim. VFA Kings has said, fuck the star. Well, but you know what, VFA Kings? That's perfectly alright. The star loves you, even when you don't like the star. It forgives all your sins. It loves you just the way you are. Okay. Alright, now as you can see, the enemy has taken the approach of requesting reinforcements. So what they are going to do is that they are going to try and drive us out through strength, through weight of numbers. Now, through weight of numbers, okay, kind of reminds me of a Daunt's Wars, but in fully open world, Henry. Okay. Alright, okay, we've had a bit of a distraction there, but okay, amateur broadcasting. Alright, now what the enemy's doing here is that they are calling reinforcements during their phase, so that means they are going to try and weed me out through weight of numbers. So the important thing here is for me to get our tank in as soon as possible. So the only way that I can accomplish this is by taking care of some of these mines. Okay, VFA Kings, I'm not going to answer that question. Now, while you're playing this game, I mean, hands down, the engineer is the most versatile. Is one of the most versatile soldiers that you can have, units you can have on the field. They did dumb it down somewhat for Valkyria Chronicles 2, but that's not what we're talking about at the moment. So, okay. So we've cleared out the mines, so that means we can move forward with
Entering combat.
pushing in so now Edelweiss.
Now!
Just keep up this pace.
Now what I plan on doing here is positioning the Edelweiss in a manner that that worked far beyond my expectations. I have all but cleared out
Here we go.
the remaining camp. So here we go. Okay, right. So, what I'm about to do now is a bit of a gamble, because we still have both a cannon and two shock troopers and a scout to deal with. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, now I won't do anything with our scouts. They've got no Chan Lucia, don't have a lot of HP, so it would be suicidal of them to push them forward.
You can
So
depend on me.
what
I've
I'll do,
located the enemy.
what I'm going to do is bring up Susie, who's one of my scouts, and use her to do a bit of to clear the way, which I've just
Neutralized.
Target silenced.
which I have accomplished, and then to wind up the turn. Really want to.
You can depend on me. I've never
To wind
been
up
good with brutish sorts. Sorry if this hurts.
All right, that was a character trait I wasn't expecting, but as you can see, it's pretty much we're in the home stretch now. So so what we're doing here. Okay, yep, the cannon got me, which is okay. Yep, the cannon got me, which is okay. But what we're going to do now. I think what we can do now is clean up whatever resistance is left. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. So okay, so I'm starting off this turn with my engineer, who's going to who's just knocked out this shock trooper, and I'll set her up to repair the Edelweiss if need be. And thank you to Tim Welsh, VFA Kings, and Bobby, for the comments you've made so far. It means a lot to me that I've got at least 3 viewers watching my work on this, my 3rd broadcast of the of my game broadcasting career, amateur, that is.
You can depend on me.
All right, now
I've located the enemy.
now I could finish this game right here, but I'm not going to,
Enemy neutralized.
because I do want to maximise the amount of points I can get. So,
Entering combat.
okay, here we go. In the last stretch of it, that little smart-ass cannon, sorry, and we took it out.
I understand.
And here we are about to win, and we have.
Operation complete. We took their base.
Okay, so we got a B ranking. Not quite what I was after, but as you can see, you need to complete this map in less than 5 turns to receive an A ranking. However, given what I took out at least 7 enemy leaders. And no, this broadcast does not need more hex from Good Game. Thank you very much. Okay, now just to review, we took out 7 enemy leaders, 1 light tank and 1 medium tank, and we completed this game with a closing total of 13,450 experience and 17,050 ducats. As I said, it looks like you do need to complete this map in less than 5 turns to accomplish an A ranking. However, now this was just one way. This was just one way that you can complete the Cloden Wildwood map. Tomorrow night we'll play this map again, and I will be demonstrating another method in which you can complete this map without some minimal casualties and with minimal casualties so I hope you enjoyed tonight, and to close up, we've got here a comment, why not Henry, and my response is because I damn well said so. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night for version 2 of How to Beat Cloden Wildwood Skirmish, and my name's Henry from the VFA Kings, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.